So we were discussing that Maya Shakti doesn't allow such people with an atheistic exploitative vision to see the right face of reality. They will only see that face of reality which will incriminate them into greater and greater agony and misery. That's all. And that's where these kind of bogus philosophies, animalistic philosophies come about. That is a plane from where these kind of animalistic visions and philosophies, these are not visions, these are hallucinations actually, which make people incriminate into greater and greater suffering, because that is what Maya is going to show them, because their heart is completely contaminated. So therefore, Prabhupada says in the purport that mental energy is so powerful that it can resist the unauthorized plans of the atheists and baffle the knowledge of the planning commissions. Maya Shakti is so strong. Then Prabhupada goes on to explain these four kinds of miskinds, unfortunate people. The first one is Mudas. The Mudas work very hard. They're working very hard. It is explained as the beast of burden. So many examples of donkeys are given by so many in so many shastras, so many by so many acharyas. You know, that donkey example with the carrot hanging, and this fellow is thinking that let me take one step, I'll get the carrot, and then he moves with the master's full load of cloth, and he moves kilometers like that. And then the example, Bhakti Samrit Maharaj explains the beautiful example of that doctor, that donkey, sorry, who had higher prospects in life. And he was the university topper pass out. And he got the best, highest package placement. Again, the world class university, DIT, Dhenu Kasur Institute of Technology. Again, we discussed this example. We've discussed this example many times, right? And he got the best placement, the highest package. What was the package? A few bundles of grass in the night, a place to sleep. And he met his friend after a decade who was a six-pointer, who was still a vagabond, roaming around on the side of the river. But he could not understand the package. He said, this package, so this I also get. But I never considered studies very nicely. So can you explain what is more unique in your package? Because grass, so I can also get, water I get, glass I get, shade of the tree I get. And you're saying you're James Bond, and I am a vagabond, but both are appearing to be similar. Rather, I don't have a limited supply because I have an unlimited supply because the whole ground is mine. Is it not? That way. But then this person said, I have better prospects. I have better prospects. What is a better prospect? Yeah, the donkey's daughter. So one time the daughter committed a mistake and the donkey, the washerman's daughter. And the watchman was chastising her and said, next time you commit this foolish mistake, I'll marry you to this donkey. You understand? Better prospects. So the donkey said, I'm waiting for that day. See, this is how Maya fools living in the day, actually. Muna, they're working so hard. The beast of burden example is given by Prabhupada. They're working so hard. For what? They also don't know. For what? They also don't know. And Srila Prabhupada is explaining people, they don't mind having ulcers, indigestion, surviving on poultry food. There's no time to get food. That's what being said. But they're simply absorbed, practically no food, but they're simply absorbed in uh, they're simply absorbed in working hard day and night, like that. So actually, when I was working, I was never able to understand why these people eat so less actually. because everybody would give me a comment, "Arey, your quantity, that much you eat is too much." I said, "No, no, I am fine only. My weight is 72. I mean, it's okay for So no issues, like that. It's all fine. They said, "नहीं नहीं ये बहुत ज़्यादा है." So what used to happen? I used to stay in the Voice, which was 23 kilometers far off. It would take 1 hour to go to the company, like that. And by the time I would come back, it would be night, because like that. So I would reach back 11 o'clock in the night, because Bangalore used to be said that even if you get out at if you come out at 6 o'clock, you will reach at 9 o'clock, and if you leave at 9 o'clock, you will reach at 10:15. So I would prefer leaving at 9 o'clock, than 6 o'clock, because so the evening traffic is like that, or used to be like that, in at least that time. So I'd come back by 11 o'clock. I would leave by 10. So in very rocking style, reach back by 11, like that. So therefore, and I would go for the company at 7 o'clock in the morning. So get up at around 2:30 or so, complete rounds, do cooking. So the Narsimarthi will be going on that time. I'll be leaving, and after the class I'll attend. Then Mangalarti will be there. So mm, and I would work hard to get up early so that I can finish 16 hours. So so now the point was that I would carry breakfast, lunch, dinner all 3 times per serve, like that. So therefore, my tiffins were huge, big tiffins actually. This big, this big was the rice was this much height and solid, and a separate one for sabji and separate one for dal. That way, dal prasad, sabji prasad, like that. So people will say ये तो 10 लोगों का खाना है. मैं बोला अरे ये ब्रेकफास्ट लंच डिनर तीनों है, तुमको क्या समझ में आता है ना, like that. This नहीं फिर भी बहुत ज्यादा है ना. So I understand. So then I was not able to understand. They will take out what do you call it as that 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 kind of that heat preserving tiffin, very intricate looking tiffin, that tiffin, one layer of lid will come out, second layer of lid will come out, then this small katori would come out, this small this thing, and somehow in a crouched way 1 or 2 parathas will be kept in that, like that, and one this small katori again of some sabji, and that is what will be their lunch, like that. And then I would be saying, what is this so miserable, like that. So actually, materialistic people don't even know how to enjoy life. You know, I'm just making a sincere statement. They don't even know how to enjoy life, actually. Like that. So now you try to understand the point that the person is not even. The person not even eating properly. That's how he is. So then I was actually trying to go into the causes. ये लोग इतने कम क्यों खाते हैं और इनका शरीर इतना फूला क्यों हुआ है ना? प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना? Like that, So now and then I would understand that actually why it is so that most of the times people don't do cooking. They don't cook actually. They want things because they're just focused on working, like that. Then they was okay. I will just hog something up, like that. But now if you go to these food courts in the company premises and all to hog something up, like that, one small plate this much, the cost is 150 rupees, like that. So how much you can hog, so it pains, isn't it? Yeah, that way, uh, like you see, outside if you want to eat chowmein, in a well-to-do restaurant, 100 rupees, it will be 50 rupees, 100 rupees plate, like that. Our this 10-year child, 10-year child will eat 3 times, 4 times that of that, is it not? Right? So if you have to pay 100 rupees, how much you can eat, then you have to just drink water and satisfy yourself, That's why they eat so less, like that, and so they eat so less actually. And the second is that there is no appetite to eat. Why there is no appetite to eat? Because the mind is completely in anxiety about so many material affairs, so much complexities, politicking, this, that, and there is no appetite to eat, like that. That's why they eat very less, because क्या खाएगा आदमी is it not, like that. So the whole thing is like that, so So that's what we can understand. Such a person is called as a Muda in simple terms. You know? So they themselves don't know what's happening to them, is it not? So so therefore, actually, when it comes to Krishna consciousness, one really understands. I mean, in one sense, one can really understand how to enjoy life. One can really taste the food. I mean, one can really relish the taste of prasad. Is it not peacefully? Is it not? One can take prasad, you know, nicely. Is it not? Rather, we see sometimes, like even if there is anxiety, for a devotee, you know, he feels क्या करते हैं कुछ समझ में तो आ नहीं रहा है, अच्छे से प्रसाद लेते हैं, फिर अच्छे से सो जाते हैं, कृष्ण देख लेंगे, है कि नहीं? Is it not? Because Krishna is there at the back. Oh, Krishna dekh lenge, is it not? Like that. So therefore, sometimes, we see, a devotee that disturbed, then they eat more. At least some positive, है कि नहीं? चलो मटेरियल तो मैसअप है, लेकिन कम से कम है ना स्पिरिचुअल एडवांसमेंट तो होगा, है कि नहीं? Obviously body also advances. But the point is that you see at least that recluse is there for a devotee of the Lord. So such kind of people are called as Mudaha, that they are just mindlessly working hard. They are just mindlessly working hard. It is so amazing to see that anybody who goes into that channel, everybody behaves like that. Yeah, I mean, it's very amazing to see. I mean, it's not a one person case, it's a universal phenomenon actually. And if you happen to go into software companies, you will find such unique personalities universally, like that. And so that's one aspect. The other characteristic of their life, they will see that their families are crying, children are crying, wife is crying, parents are crying. This fellow doesn't give us time, like that. This fellow doesn't give us time. So everybody is crying like that. So now, if you ask a simple question, भाई तुम मेहनत किसके लिए कर रहे हो? भाई तुम किसके लिए मेहनत कर रहे हो? मेहनत करना अच्छी बात है, लेकिन कोई ध्येय होना चाहिए, कोई उद्देश्य होना चाहिए, है कि नहीं? भाई कोई डेस्टिनेशन तो होना चाहिए ना, कि तुम्हारा गाड़ी रुकता कहाँ है जाके, है कि नहीं? तुम्हारा गाड़ी, है कि नहीं? तुम्हारा डिस्प्लेसमेंट वेक्टर का एंडिंग पॉइंट क्या है कि नहीं? है ना? Is it not? And many times people are baffled, तो समझ में नहीं आता, इसलिए ये सब का टाइम नहीं है ना सोचने का. So this is very ridiculous actually, this is very ridiculous. Why? Because the person is not working for his parents, the person is not working for his wife, the person is not working for his children, the person is not working for himself also. अपने बॉडी का भी कीमा बना के रखा है. Eyes are bloodshot, gone into the sockets. Yeah, this joint is disjoint, always in shock, like that. Yeah, the body is messed up, one is having, Prabhupada is explaining so amply. Prabhupada is not giving an exaggeration, Prabhupada is just giving an honest account. These people are having ulcers, they are having indigestion, खाते कुछ है नहीं फिर भी अल्सर, indigestion, spondylitis, arthritis, है कि नहीं? मेजर डिप्रेसिव डिसऑर्डर, MDD है कि नहीं? हाँ नहीं, बायोलॉजिकली यही बोलते हैं इसको, है ना? बायोलॉजिकली नहीं, साइकोलॉजिकली, साइकेट्रिकली, व्हाटएवर यू कॉल इट, मेजर डिप्रेसिव डिसऑर्डर. तो मेजर डिसऑर्डर, ये मेजर डिसऑर्डर नहीं है, टोटल डिसऑर्डर है कि नहीं? The person is not having no, the person doesn't understand. This is called as completely intoxicated. Completely intoxicated. So this such a person is called as Buddha. ये गधा है कि नहीं? So कुछ फायदा नहीं, is it not? Of that no, itching, of that reverberation, there is no use again. So this is the point. Total depressive disorder. That way. So such a person is called as Buddha. However, Shastras in totality talk about that, okay, such a person may not be exactly very bad at the heart, may be having potentiality. But because he has put himself in such a merry-go-round, उसको कुछ दिखाई देना बंद हो जाता है. Like that. So sometimes material nature itself gets fed up with him. अरे यार ये घूमे ही जा रहा है ना, अंधे की तरह. And material nature gives a slap. So he gets out of his merry-go-round, you know, and he falls. And when he falls, you know, and he's wondering, क्या हो गया है ना? मैं तो घूम रहा था ना? Like that. So there is a chance that one may get awakened. So Shastras explain that therefore the Shastras explain that when we disengage ourselves in this materialistic mad pursuit, mad rat race, then the fever of material illusion goes down. The person is so mad. You must have had this experience of a merry-go-round. If it is going slow, you can see the scene around. It goes fast, you cannot see anything around. It's only reeling, you know? You cannot see anything. That's called as madness. So Muda has got this kind of a madness. This kind of a madness. Therefore, we should question, what am I doing? No, because everybody does that, I also have to do that. Everybody is going to hell, why are you going also? You know? Don't go to give others company. है कि नहीं? So that is Muda. Another class of Dushkriti or miscan is called Naradama, the lowest mankind. Nara means human being, Adama means, what is that? There are 4 lakh human species. Sorry, Adama means the lowest. Out of the 84 lakh different species of living beings, there are 4 lakh human beings. Out of these, there are numerous lower forms of human life that are mostly uncivilized. The civilized human beings are those who have regulated principles of social, political, and religious life. Those who are socially and politically developed, but they have no religious principles, must be considered Naradhamas. Nor is religion without God religion. Because the purpose of religious principles is to know the supreme truth and man's relationship with him. In the Gita, the personality of God, it clearly states that there is no authority above him and that he is the supreme truth. The civilized form of human life is meant for reviving the lost consciousness of his eternal relationship with the supreme truth, the personality of God, Sri Krishna is all powerful. Whoever loses this chance is classified as Naradhama. We get information from revealed scriptures that the baby is in the mother's womb, an extremely uncomfortable situation. He prays to God for deliverance and promises to worship him alone as soon as he gets out. To pray to God when he's in difficulty is a natural instinct in every living being because he's eternally related with God. But after his deliverance, the child forgets the difficulties of birth and forgets his deliverer also, being influenced by Maya, the illusory energy. It is the duty of the guardians of children to revive the divine consciousness dormant in them. The 10 processes of reformatory ceremonies as enjoined in the Manusmriti, which is the guide to the religious principles, are meant for reviving God consciousness in the system of Varnashrama. However, no process is strictly followed now in any part of the world, and therefore 99.9% of the population is Naradhama. When the whole population becomes Naradhama, naturally, the so-called education is made null and void by the all-powerful energy of physical nature. According to the standard of the Gita, a learned man is he who sees on equal terms the learned Brahmana, the dog cow, elephant, and the dog eater. This is the vision of a true devotee. Nityananda Prabhu, who is the incarnation of Godhead, is divine master. delivered the typical Naradhamas, the brothers Jagai and Madhai, and showed mercy. How the mercy of a real devotee is bestowed upon the lowest of mankind. So the Naradhama, who is condemned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can again revive his spiritual consciousness only by the mercy of a devotee. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in propagating the Bhagavad Dharma or the activities of the devotees, has recommended that the people submissively hear the message of the Supreme Personality of God. The essence of this message is Bhagavad Gita. The lowest among human beings can be delivered by this submissive hearing process only, but unfortunately, they even refuse to give an oral reception to these messages. And what to speak of surrendering to the will of the Supreme Lord? Naradhamas, or the lowest of mankind, willfully neglect the prime duty of the human beings. Nar Adhamas. So the second category of people, they differentiate themselves by the fact that they have uh, zero appetite for religion. A Muda necessarily may not have zero appetite, but he has just intoxicated himself to a mad merry-go-round, and therefore is not able to see anything. So such people, they slow down their speed of mad race, then they can have, there is a probability that they can have some understanding, because their inclination is not zero. Naradama is a person whose inclination is zero. It's a barren land. So Naradama is a barren land actually. उधर कोई भी सीड नहीं ग्रो करता है कि नहीं? So it's a barren land. वो है नर अधम, the barren ground. And Prabhupada says such people may be socially or politically developed, but they have no religious principles. So religion coefficient is zero. No interest in spiritual life. Religion coefficient is zero. So that means anything religion is not there in his compiler script only. So now we may say, अरे ये कैसे आ गया स्थिति, ये तो बहुत ही दयनीय दशा है, ठीक है, बहुत ही दयनीय दशा, ऐसा परिस्थिति, ऐसा परिस्थिति कैसे आ गया? One may say like that. One can question like that. So the point is that of misuse of free will damages the potentiality. Misuse of free will damages the prospects, is it not? So it's not that one can eternally keep misusing and still, the chance coefficient will be the same. No, it's not going to happen like that. It's just like if there is a normal citizen, nobody will have much, eyes and vigilance on him. तो उससे ठीक है, आम आदमी है, ठीक, कोई बात नहीं, is it not? But somebody has misused his, his rights of freedom, free movements, and and he has engaged himself in criminal activities. For example, pilfering, bribery, cheating, exploiting, scandals. So if he has engaged himself in crime and he is tagged as a criminal, now vigilance is going to be very strong on him. Now he cannot say, okay, I have rectified myself. Be peaceful now. Don't follow me. Don't trace me. He'll say, no. You have messed up with your free will. Therefore, the potentiality is lost. Now, for such a person to prove himself, again, such a person, suppose even if he is set right, he goes out of the jail, now he's going for some job. People say, okay, resume क्या है, पुराना कंपनी कौन सा है तुम्हारा? बोलेगा नहीं, तिहाड़ जेल। बोले अच्छा, तो बहुत डेंजरस है। वहीं रिजॉइन क्यों नहीं कर लेते जाके? So that is the point. The it will be difficult. Why? Because he has misused. So misuse damages the potentiality. The living entity is the potentiality is damaged. Just like when the land is misused, then the land becomes barren. Then the fertility, the potentiality of fertility is lost. कितना gross misuse किया है Mother Earth. So misuse will damage the potentiality. Such a person whose potentiality is damaged is called as Naradhama. उसको समझ में ही नहीं आने वाला है. Because the point is, if you understand, at some point or the other, you may be able to give priority to it. कि हाँ भाई अच्छा चीज है कि नहीं, मैं कर नहीं पा रहा हूँ, एक दिन करने लग जाएंगे क्योंकि समझ में आ रहा है अच्छा है पोटेंशियलिटी. पोटेंशियलिटी नहीं है तो समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है ये है क्या, बोल क्या रहे हैं, व्हाट इज द टॉपिक, ये माइथोलॉजी है, स्टोरी लाइन है, क्या है ये? दैट ओनली वन इज नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड नाराधमा. तो इसलिए on one's own for a Naradhama to turn to Krishna consciousness is very difficult. इतना आसान नहीं है कि पोटेंशियलिटी जीरो हो गया. तो ये है somehow or the other is the sense gratification. If one cuts down, then there is a chance that over the years there is some healing which takes place और दिमाग में कुछ बुद्धि इंस्टॉल हो जाए. But very difficult. Therefore, Prabhupada is making the point that only by the divine intervention of a devotee, if a devotee intervenes and pumps him up, lifts him up, then there is a possibility. Because only by that divine transmission such a person can understand. तो ये है नराधम. So nothing sticks. तो ये जो nothing sticks वाला बात है, ये नराधम वाला mentality. So yes, now in our previous discussions in undergraduate sessions, we have discussed this, that actually these are not 4 different kinds of people, but these are 4 different kind of tendencies which are there in us actually. So many times we understand that okay, nothing sticks. For a particular case of a person, nothing may stick. इतना hearing, इतना reading, इतना association कुछ टिकता ही नहीं है. जैसे डेजर्ट में जितना भी पानी डालो वैसे का वैसे ही रहता है, ठीक है. समुद्र से अरे मैं 1 लाख का पानी मंगवाया, गैलन्स ऑफ वाटर डलवा दिया, कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा है. Because so much shortage, so much misuse, very difficult. So nothing sticks. So therefore, sometimes a practicing sadhaka who may have come to devotional service, he may also experience that nothing is sticking. इतना फाइट मार रहे हैं, इतना एसोसिएशन, इतना श्रवणम, इतना कीर्तनम, इतना वैष्णव सेवा, इतना मिनियल सर्विस, सब कुछ कर दिया, कुछ टिक नहीं रहा है. तो here therefore the acharyas are giving the analogy of the jaundiced, of that diseased person. That Krishna consciousness is the ghee, nothing is sticking means everything is getting vomited. But then the solution is given कि पीते रहो, घी को पीते रहो, because at least little bit sticks, and therefore the integral of the little bit over a great period of time, a good period of time, that integral will give an output. So sometimes we must say that okay, now I understand what is supposed to be done. but I am not able to do it. See, this is Naradham mentality. वो potentiality चला गया. So if somebody says, okay, so how do we identify and distinguish Naradham and Muda mentality? Naradhama is about potentiality. कि potentiality नहीं आ रहा है, किकी नहीं आ रहा है. पता है शास्त्र, फिलोसफी पता है, प्रीचिंग भी कर सकते हैं, सेमिनार भी दे सकते हैं, लेकिन खुद के जीवन में थार डेजर्ट. तो उसका क्या सोल्यूशन है? उसका सोल्यूशन है कृपा चाहिए, वैष्णव की कृपा चाहिए, और दूसरा इनटेक करते रहिए. द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ कीप ईटिंग घी. मूढ़ा क्या है कि करना है भक्ति, लेकिन ये मटेरियल डिजायर्स पहले सेटिस्फाई करने हैं, इसके बाद करेंगे. एक बार सेटल हो जाए, एक बार ये खत्म हो जाए, उसके बाद. दैट इज मूढ़ा मेंटालिटी. दैट वन इज कीपिंग हिमसेल्फ बिजी इन अननेसेसिटीज. ऐसे नहीं एक दिन बहुत अच्छे से भक्ति करना है, ऐसा भक्ति करना है कि पूरा कैलिबर परफॉर्मेंस, लेकिन आज नहीं. The Muda mentality. This is how we can distinguish these two mentalities from each other. Okay, the third class of Dushkriti is called as Maya Parita Jnana, or those persons whose erudite knowledge has been nullified by the influence of the illusory material energy. Though they are mostly very learned fellows, great philosophers, poets, literary, scientists, etc., but the illusory energy misguides them and therefore they disobey the Supreme Lord. There are a great number of Maya Parita Jnana at the present moment. Even among the scholars of Bhagavad Gita, the Gita, in plain and simple language, it is stated that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is none equal to or greater than him. He is mentioned as the father of Brahma, the original father of all human beings. In fact, Sri Krishna is said to be not only the father of Brahma, but also the father of all the species of life. He is the root of the impersonal Brahman Paramatma, the super soul. In every entity is his plenary portion. He is the fountainhead of everything, and everyone is advised to surrender unto his lotus feet. Despite all these clear statements, the Maya Parita Jnana deride the personality of the Supreme Lord and consider him merely another human being. They do not know that the blessed form of human life is designed after the eternal and transcendental feature of the Supreme Lord. All the unauthorized interpretations of Gita by the class of Maya Parita Jnana outside the purview of the Parampara system are so many stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual understanding. The deluded interpreters do not surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, nor do they teach others to follow this principle. Maya Apaharita Jnana. So these are people. So now these are people. They may be among the set of Muda and Naradhama. There may be an intersection of this set, but these are the section of the society who are having skills. Yeah. They have an edge over the others. Yeah? They have an edge. So here what is being explained is that because that edge is not being offered to Krishna, वो edge से जो बाहर निकल के आता है वो है गुड़ गोबर. वो edge से बाहर निकल के आता है गुड़ गोबर. कुछ फायदा नहीं है उसका. भागवतम बोलते हैं डेकोरेशंस ऑन अ डेड बॉडी. वो बड़ा सुंदर दिख रहा है, क्या आभूषण है, क्या अलंकार है कि नहीं. So that is decoration on a dead body, है कि नहीं. कुछ फायदा नहीं है उसका. So there is no use of that. Such a person is called as Maya Aparita Jnana. So the Jnana is stolen by material energy. Matlab, although that intelligence, that skill, that material potentiality. Now this is material potentiality. In Naradama case, we were talking about the potentiality of the heart. This is material potentiality. Although that material potentiality could have been utilized to a very in a very powerful way for a divine cause, but that potentiality is not able to show its effect. Why? Because the person is offering that potentiality on a material plane. So it's as good as that potentiality is stolen. उसका कुछ फायदा नहीं हो रहा है व्यक्ति को. Prabhupada is giving the example of scholars of Gita. अरे ये स्कॉलर ऑफ गीता इतना पास है गीता के, फिर भी प्यासा है कि नहीं, फिर भी died of thirst. Is it not? तो उन्होंने से अरे इतना पास होके भी आप कर नहीं पाए. The person is interfacing it. He's a scholar of Gita. Gita में he's doing all the gymnastics in Gita only, but still he's not able to get the essence of Gita. Why? Because वो माया अपरित ज्ञान. That person is simply taking shelter of the fact that he knows a lot. He's a go-getter, he's a performer, he's an influencer, and so on. Maya aparita jnana. So he is the leader of the blind, and his potentiality helps him to fall in the ditch first. उसको देख के हो सकता है कोई संभल जाए, अरे ये तो गिर गया. लेकिन सबसे पहले माया अपरित ज्ञान ही जाने वाला है. You got the point? His caliber is too much. Again, his material caliber is too much. Again, so he can create more damage to himself and the world. ये है माया अपरित ज्ञान. So his potentiality is stolen away, है ना. Potentiality होते हुए capability होते हुए not able to perform. This is maya अपरित ज्ञान. Very unfortunate. So that potentiality, if it is utilized, now this is material potentiality we're talking about. Okay. So this potentiality which is utilized for Krishna service, I mean for sense gratification, could have been utilized for Krishna service. So knowingly he does not know. Maya aparita jnana. Pashyan api na pashyati. देख रहा है नहीं देख रहा है. It is stolen. His vision is stolen. Knowingly he does not know. Maya aparita jnana. The last class of Dushriti is Asarya Bhavamashitaha, those of the Demonic principles. This class openly atheistic. Some of them argue that the Supreme Lord can never descend upon this material world and they are unable to give any tangible reasons as to why not. There are others who make him subordinate to the impersonal feature, although the opposite is declared in the Bhagavad Gita. Envious of the Supreme Personality of God, the atheists represent a number of illicit incarnations manufactured in the factory of his brain. Such persons whose very principle of life is to decry the personality of Godhead cannot surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Sri Yamanacharya Alabandharu of South India said, "O my Lord, you are unknowable to persons involved with atheistic principles despite your uncommon qualities, features, activities, despite your personalities being confirmed by all the revealed scriptures in the quality of goodness, and despite your being acknowledged by the famous authorities renowned for their depth of knowledge in the transcendental science and situated in godly qualities." Asurim Bhavamashitaha, outright against the Lord, the demons. So, outright against the Lord actually. The goal of life is to promote atheism.